We might want to check this out.
The Human Torch was denied a bank loan. The arsonist has oddly shaped feet. Oh, we're on. Oh, Warsat Radio episode 20, everybody. This is your host, Cobra, and I'm with Eclipse.
What's going on?
Once again, back for Warsat Radio. Now, we want to address something really quick. I know our sound's been bad. We've got some echoes going on. You can hear Eclipse's voice in my headphones, and it's because we're using these headsets. And the headset plays back what we hear, and it goes directly to the mic. So we apologize for that, but that's getting fixed. New equipment coming on the way. Guaranteed. That's for me. That's for me.
You should not have found that out.
Yeah, so if you've got Amazon and you're married and your wife purchases something but you have notifications coming to your phone, things can happen and you can find out information. So she's not here right now, so I can safely say that.
Can I tell you the solution to this situation?
Yes.
You can share Amazon Prime within the household.
Define.
Okay, she can set up her own Amazon account.
But here's where I thought you were going. I've got to see what she's buying to keep that hoe in check.
Okay, then my solution is invalid.
I thought about that because she was saying, don't check your emails, I'm buying stuff a couple times. And it's like,
I gotta see what she's buying.
It's not even that. It's going to show me what she,
Yeah.
because like just the space it provides on my phone to show what was going on. And then there's delivery notifications that pop up, and I'm like, sorry, I saw that. And then there's promotional codes that they've been sending where if you buy something, it'll say, because you bought blah, blah, blah. And it's like, oh, gosh, I just can't tell her. So I've seen two things, and I'm so sorry, Sarah, if you hear this. She won't be hearing it.
No, she's not going to hear this.
Well, I feel guilty. Anyway, new mic's coming for myself. Are you getting a mic?
Yes, I'm going to get a mic.
So by the end of the year, we're going to upgrade this sound. We know. I've listened to these
Well,
shows.
your birthday is in
A hot second.
2 weeks.
I don't know. A birthday's a
2
birthday.
weeks.
I don't pay attention to birthdays. I didn't do anything special. I don't believe in going wild over birthdays. Anyway, hooking you guys up with better sound. Eclipse, what kind of mic are you going to get?
I'm torn between a couple of them.
You got choices.
I'm stuck on wanting a Blue Yeti for some reason, and I don't know why.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it's just the reputation.
And it'll match your cup.
Sort of, yeah, it will.
I'll ask you one day, how long has this microphone held your ice today?
Has your wife bugged you anymore about getting this said cup?
No. But she was going banana over $40. However, I got a Bobo Yeti.
Yeah.
It's just a steel insulated, and dang, my water stays cold. Imagine if I spent $40. I spent $10.
I mean, $40 a lot of cup. That's a lot for a cup. Don't get me wrong.
It is.
But it's like the only cup I use.
I can hear
when I'm at home.
I hear you using it every day. You're getting your money's worth out of it.
You're
Not
damn
every day.
right.
Every time we got the mics on, I hear it. This is what mine sounds like. Wait a minute. That's that goodness. It's like, it's. I found it at TJ Maxx as we were going. Oh,
Can you hear that?
do it again. It just sounds like a solid purchase, is what that sounds like.
That's the difference.
This is like double insulated. It's like OGGI, OG Calypso. I don't know. I saw it. And, excuse me, my voice is kind of hoarse today. I saw it and it said double wall stainless steel, blah blah. 24-hour holds cold, or excuse me, 24 hours cold and 12 hours hot. And I'm like, you know what? This is the step down, or triple step down, or maybe a whole flight of stairs step down to your Yeti. And I'm like, he likes it. It's cold. I get tired of filling my water bottles up because my water gets warm. I'm getting this thing, and I've been nursing it like a freaking baby.
Can I just say?
Yes.
This podcast is sponsored by Yeti. Please go out and buy one right now.
Free advertising.
Just kidding. We're not getting paid for this shit.
Anyway, well, we enjoy some mics. We enjoy some cold beverages. Let's get into enjoying some updates.
Yes.
And you can have all this. This is
We got
all
a big one.
you.
Hey, Daddy's here.
This is all
Here to save it.
you. Let me first go ahead.
Go ahead. No, you go ahead.
Let me address the crowd of my life. You hear how busy I am sometimes. I don't know what happened, but my life has become homework and
Homework,
work and
dishes.
dish housework. Okay, so I'm in school and I'm taking an English class, and this is a full semester's worth of work in a half a semester time. It's an online hybrid class, but holy crap, my life is unbalanced. We started playing Black Ops last week, and then Triple D and Eclipse play every day. And I'm sitting here listening. I'm watching a group text of them playing. What level are you on zombies? And blah 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 blah. Iron Banner this and Iron Banner that. And I'm like, well, I'm sitting here doing annotated bibliography. But what sucks the most is I've already had this class before, but because formal education says your credits are now too old, I've got to take it again. So
Wow,
long.
I didn't know they would do that.
Oh my gosh, I graduated in '03,
I
and
had no idea they would do that.
they said I've got a degree in, but it's apparently too old. So I got to take this crap again, but I'm dealing with it because I like to write. So I'm sorry for talking about this stuff. I can't do anything but homework, and I'm watching these guys play games. So today, what are we going to talk about? There's patch notes, or excuse me, there's updates. And
No,
I'm like,
there's patch notes.
well,
There's small patch notes.
and I don't have
Patch
a
notes. There's updates. There's Instagram. There's balancing goals. There's a ton of shit to talk about.
and I have not touched the game. I might have looked towards the direction of my Xbox in the last week. I did raid, but you're like, yeah, you need to read these patch notes and be updated. And you know what? I've been so freaking lost and so in another world. You're to the pedestal right now. Take it away.
Okay, well, since you haven't got to play any, one of the little things that the patch notes that we're talking about, it was pretty funny to actually see, and I knew from get go it was a bug. Iron Banners this week, which is interesting. I think I wish you could talk about that.
Well, I did
need
play
somebody
one
to
game.
talk about it with.
We got a shout out to Jacko.
Jacko, yes, Jacko, and his two buddies he brought over. I cannot remember their names right now. They were cool as hell. I sent him an invite Wednesday. I was trying to hard raid Wednesday and couldn't make it through Orc, so I still got the checkpoint, but sent him an invite and he sent me a message back and he's like, I can't play right now. I don't have a mic. I'm at work playing. And I'm like, what?
Ballin'.
What are you doing?
Ballin'.
How are you playing at work? Did we secretly get a Bungie friend that we don't know about? I mean, he lives in Seattle or real close there around.
Utah.
Oh, no. I thought he lived in Seattle.
Well, Jacko, you're listening to this going, you guys are idiots. I thought you said Utah.
Yeah. He
It's,
might
it's,
have. I
it's
don't know.
on that side of the country.
I don't know, but that's freaking cool to be able to play at work.
Yeah, it is.
I've done it once or twice, but it was a snow day. Can't do it during normal days.
Right.
My work's dead as hell when it snows outside. Nobody wants to come in and get their car worked on.
Nope.
But yeah, we raided with him Tuesday night, and I think it was their first time beating orcs. They're the three guys that we played with, their group.
He said he'd never finished it. I'm like, it's happening, man.
Been there 9 times before or something like that, and just never could click to get it all right. And I think I said, oh man, I think at Golgoroth I was like, you're beating orcs tonight.
Oh yeah, your motto came into play. Daddy's here. Daddy's here.
Yeah, Daddy's here.
Well, we
I
got
don't
him
know where
through.
I got that from, but I just keep saying it.
It works. Got him through. I was happy. I was like honestly, genuinely happy from something that you've never. I'm stuttering. For somebody to have experienced something they never have experienced.
Right.
Yay.
Well, you remember how it was when we finally beat it.
Yeah, we
And
were going to
it's
stand
good
up.
It's good to pass that on to somebody else, especially if you struggle doing it, a few times in a row. That's a great feeling to have, especially if you can pass that, pass that forward.
That is a goal achieved. But
Yeah.
Count Jacko, shout out. We appreciate you joining. He sent me a message on the app, and I was like, all right. He said, good job with the podcast, and we appreciate that kind of stuff. It lets us know we're doing something. Somebody likes us.
Right.
Because we got a bad review. We'll address that one day. I'm not ready yet.
You're not ready yet?
Go ahead. I'm half hijacking this thing.
Anyways, I wish we could talk about Iron Banner, but You
Well,
went in and played what one game and
I
then
played
got
a
kicked and
couple games. I'll say this. Here's what I can say. F Clash for Iron Banner because it's just a scramble, run around. I don't know what's going on, and it could be because we're playing with new people. Don't know their play
right.
styles. We don't know where to hang out with them and where we're gonna go. I just would rather have the flag in control point area. It just plays to my style. I become more involved and I like it better.
Right.
There you go.
Now, I will agree. I prefer control, but it's nice to do something different.
Yes, which is why I got Black
And
Ops.
okay, it's nice to do something different in Destiny for
I know.
Iron Banner.
I know.
It it's a completely different. You know, you have to play it completely different. Um, but when you get in a team and y'all get rolling, like we didn't really get to start rolling that night. These past 2 nights, man, I've been just crushing it with people.
Boo. Well, yay,
And
yay, but boo.
you boo because you're doing homework. I mean, I'm talking we're winning games by 4,000 or 5,000 points,
Jeez, we had a couple
and
games like that.
and it's a 10,000 point game.
Hmm.
We didn't have any games like that night.
We had
We were
one.
really close games. Did we
We
really?
had one because I was like, okay, it was the one where I had like a 4.0.
Oh yeah.
The one good game I had.
But yeah, I mean, it's every once in a while we'll come across some really good games and like down to hundreds of points at the end that are really fun to get into. But man, when you can just go in there and wreck face, I mean, I would just tear them up. It's so fun. And I said that last Iron Banner, but I prefer Control for Iron Banner. It's just more of my style. But it's
Today,
nice to get the Clash thrown in there.
right? I can't talk, man. Today's philosophical statement about my playstyle, or excuse me, my experience in Iron Banner is I am out of control when I'm not in control. Chew on that for a minute. Anyway, go ahead. Go ahead.
Uh, but yeah, Banner's been really fun. It just for a change, it's been really fun. And there's been some really good drops coming out of Banner, which they said they were going to fix that, and they fixed it a lot. I've gotten, let's see, my Titan is, I swear I got DDoSed right before I said get on, because I was going to skip podcast and we were just going to do it tomorrow since it's so late tonight.
Mm-hmm.
But we were in there, and Outcast, one of the guys we've played with before, he got kicked, I got kicked, and
Jeez.
another guy got kicked all back to back.
Jeez.
And it's just like,
ISIS.
really, and it was the start of the damn match, and it was weird, and I ended up getting canaried twice, weaseled, and then something else, all back to back. And that's when I said, just screw it, we'll podcast tonight.
Okay. I'm kind of glad that happened to you then, because I was kind of like, you are seriously going to dump the podcast, which we do for all the people listening right now, to play a damn game.
Look, bitch, you've been dumping the podcast for 2 days, which actually worked out pretty good because we got a lot of information today.
Yeah.
So we got a lot of stuff to talk about, but, anyways, and it was getting late. That was more my thing, but whatever.
Yeah.
Um,
Jeez, it's 10:30 p.m. I didn't know that.
I told you it was getting late. I told you we almost wouldn't start this till 11 o'clock.
Jeez, who's texting me? Why is... Okay, go ahead.
I lost my whole train of thought. Damn it. Oh, drops. I think on my Titan is 10 points away from a rank 4. I've gotten the hand cannon drop for me. I've gotten Titan chest drop.
Mm-hmm.
My Hunter is a rank 2. He's had 2 or 3 chest pieces drop already.
Pardon the House of Wolves.
I mean, the drops are just coming in left and right. Outcast was I think he hit rank 3 and had a 314 ghost drop for him.
Yeah.
So I mean, the drops in Iron Banner are really good. I like how they're doing that because they're dropping with, the random perks. You don't have to worry about buying a 280 item because I think one of my chess pieces dropped at 299.
That was our issue last Iron Banner. Wow, let's play through this to get a 280.
Right.
I've spent a lot of time getting that Mercy going, but I haven't used it. It just took up a lot of my infusion fuel.
Yeah.
So okay,
God, that gun is strong.
I buy that. I need to use
That
it.
gun is so strong.
What rank are you right now?
I'm a rank 4 on my Titan and a 2 on my Hunter, which it probably not going to happen tonight. I didn't know if I'd get back on after we started this, but should be able to hit 5 on both of them tomorrow.
Wow. I'm gonna just go for 1. I don't need 2.
We'll see. The good thing is, rank 3, I got a 310 artifact that I can now infuse into my Hunter because I haven't done the quest line to get a 310 artifact. So, that helps me not have to run that quest line on that character.
True.
And then you also get a gun, or not. I don't know. It's not a guaranteed gun, but the rank 5 package you get will drop 310 plus stuff. So, there's a good chance you get some really good gear out of there.
My problem with the Iron Banner stuff right now is, let me put it this way. If you're a kid and you get 2 or 3 Christmas presents, man, that's awesome. But if you get like 15 or 20, you don't know what the crap's going on. It's like, I'm overwhelmed. I've got so much crap dropping out of so many places.
You get overwhelmed too easy.
I've got so much stuff. I need to sit down with an app so I can look at it in order because I can't see it in my vault because it's all mixed up. Bungie, can we please organize our vaults? Can we sort, please?
Huh?
Is it happening?
You need to go to Bungie's website.
Well, you can do it there, but I want to do it in the game.
Oh, well, yeah.
I'm just saying.
No, I think we talked about it last week, how they said the gear manager is in beta right now.
Right.
And it's actually really nice. I've been using it over the other stuff.
Yeah.
It's very nice the way it works.
Yeah. I'm just saying, all the crap that's been dropping out of all these different things I've been doing when I had time to play, I don't know what character has what. I know my primary stocked up, and I've got kind of not secondary, but not as good light level, but really good compared to what I had. So I'm just giving them, passing it down to the Hunter and the Titan. But I need to sit there and do some infusing to clear up some room and get rid of stuff because it's just I've got so much crap dropping and stuff I can infuse. I'm not overwhelmed. It's time to sit and think about it because my time.
Well, now the good thing about the Bungie Gear Manager is it shows you on split your screen into fifths. On the far left side, it will show all 3 characters, one at a time, and it will show what's actually on them. But then the other, maybe it's a third, maybe the other 2/3 of the screen, it shows everything that you have separated into primary, special, heavy, and then it also will go below that into armor stuff, and it groups them all together how they should be grouped. But it shows you not just what's in your vault; it shows you every primary you have in vault and on characters. So it's all grouped together, all in nice one group. It's actually really nice to look at. None of the other gear managers have done that.
It would just so you can see all 3 characters at once.
Well, it's not even so you see, all the other ones you see all 3 characters at once. But that's when you got to know, okay, I'm looking for my your Aryan sniper that could be here, and I got to look for it there. This way, bam, it's it's going to be in the special weapons. You just click it and transfer it to who you want to transfer it to.
I got to get back to that link. Maybe it can help me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just a nice way to look at it. We preached about it on the first or second episode about Tower Ghost and Item Manager.
Yes.
Before Bungie ever come out with their own, but the one that Bungie made took them a little while, but it's really nice, and it tends to work really well.
It tends to.
I mean, I haven't had it mess up on me once. And we've both had problems with Tower Ghost actually loading.
Yeah.
Item managers tend to work a little more seamlessly than Tower Ghost, but I, for some reason, always went to Tower Ghost.
I'll have to check that out.
Uh, but yeah, I guess Iron Banner's really covered from what we've done
Hmm. I might
since you
try to.
haven't really got to play.
I'll be able to finish it by Tuesday. Now it's going to run for an extra week. Am I not correct?
I haven't heard that.
I swore just read it's going to go through the weekly reset.
Is it really?
If I read that wrong, then so be it. But I swore I read that.
Wonder
It
where you
didn't.
read this.
But let me go back to my page. Fill in some quiet space while I look for it.
Um. Okay, so today during our group text,
Mm,
I don't really care to get into the whole auto rifles are getting buffed,
yeah.
pulse rifles are getting nerfed, shotguns are getting nerfed, hand cannons are getting buffed. Uh, the couple cool things that's happening is the first curse is getting buffed because it needs it. The gun sucks ass. Fabian Strategy's getting a bit of a change, which we'll see if it's going to be good or not. Hawk Moon's getting nerfed because it's still too powerful. Um,
It soars above the rest, but a
yeah, and it's getting its wings clipped. But
awful.
it said that in the update. That's
Yeah,
where I got that
Brendan.
from. The Chaperone's getting changed a little bit, which kind of sucks because it's not. Chaperone's hard to use. I mean, if you don't hit headshots with it, you got a pretty good chance of losing that gunfight if they got a shotgun.
I'll make my one statement now, unless we're going to go into it when you mention the group text thing.
Okay.
If it's good, they're going to kill it. There you go.
But is it good because it's good, or is it good because everything else is worse?
Those are those deep thoughts you're having.
So
Does that make the good one bad, or the bad one's just
put
not
that
up
into
to date?
terms of year one. Was Thorn really that good, or was there nothing else to compete with it?
I would say nothing else to compete with it because of that damage.
Okay,
Not
so
damage,
why
the damage over time.
right? So why would you not change that?
As I said earlier, why make it in the first place?
Well,
I know when you
it's
test with it.
experimental. We got to experiment with things, or we're gonna have Black Ops with freaking aliens.
What?
Okay, Black Ops guns are blah. I don't give a shit about. Now, granted, I've seen them change a little bit. I haven't played multiplayer, but in zombies, the guns are. You got some fast firing SMGs. You got some auto rifles,
No,
or
you really
not
can't
auto
tell the
rifles,
difference.
assault rifles that you can't tell the difference.
Yeah.
The only thing I can really tell the difference is the machine guns. You got one really slow firing machine gun, and you got a few fast firing machine guns.
And you got a ton of bullets to throw down range too.
Okay,
I know
now-
what you mean.
So now, translate that into Destiny. It don't translate.
No.
You've got fast fire, slow fire, every type of weapon we have. Different impacts on all those weapons. There's a
Reload
lot
speeds.
more.
Yeah.
Yeah, reload speeds. I can tell a difference in Black Ops on reload speeds, but
True.
impact and rate of fire are your easy ones to pick out while you're playing in the heat of the moment because you're either spraying bullets down or you've got some knockdown power with it.
Mm-hmm.
You're using a 22 or a 45.
22's tickle.
Yeah. That's the epilogue. They're using 22s. Full auto 22.
I love it.
But this group text today.
Yeah.
So, I'm excited, and I thought it would get you excited. And then this is how we got into this. I want to know, why do you not use any exotic armor or weapons for that matter?
Well, bottom line armor, I don't need it. For me, I'm looking for light. Looking for light to get into the raid, and now I'm into hard or heroic, and I'm getting that bigger light. So
Right.
everything I've gotten replaces the. I used. Okay, hold on. I'm getting ahead of myself. Everything I've gotten from the hard mode replaces everything that came before it. I was using exotic
Agreed.
armor just to get my light up to get into the normal mode.
Okay.
I don't care what perk was on it. It was 310 That's me. It was 300. Yep, that's on. And then I replaced it whenever I found raid drops. And I started collecting that raid gear, I guess trying to get a full set. And that's what happened to my armor. And I don't want to infuse those armor pieces because I don't know when I'm going to get another 317 chest. I don't know if I'll get a
Now, I'm
312
not. I'm
and I'll
not
be down
saying.
5
I'm not
light.
saying use your highest armor to infuse.
Well, I've got to have something to infuse and you got to go high.
Okay, but what did you just take off your character?
A regular, I guess, what did I take off? What did I have? I'm trying to think. I got the Harrowed chest.
Harold?
Do I have the Harrowed chest?
You got the Harold something.
I believe I got a Harrowed chest, and I must have replaced it with. I was using some exotic. I don't know which one.
Were you using exotic or did you have a normal mode raid chest?
Okay, I was using exotic to get in. Then I got a normal at like 302.
Okay,
Then I
so,
got that
so your
310,
302,
15,
what'd you
whatever.
do with it?
Probably infuse it into one of the
One of your
exotics.
other ones, or one of the exotics.
So it
Okay,
probably made it like 294.
that's my point. That's what should be happening. I don't ever. I can't think of the word. Want to suggest making an exotic armor piece your must-have to be the light level you need to be.
Mm-hmm.
Exotic should come second. They're situational. You don't need them everywhere. There's some that work really well throughout the entire game. Saint 14 is one of them. The fast revive helmet on a warlock is another.
I don't think it's that great.
But you create more orbs with it.
I don't even notice that.
That's because you don't see them on the
That's
screen.
that's what I'm saying. I don't
Trust
notice
me, your
them.
teammates notice it.
I know that, but it doesn't show me I'm creating those orbs. I'm sure it tells me, yeah.
Yeah,
But
it tells you down in the corner that you don't ever pay attention to.
but I'm a stingy bastard, so I don't give an F if I'm giving orbs to you or not. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I've never even considered that part of it. I've just considered reviving.
But I'm saying that helmet is not subclass specific. You can
Right.
use it throughout the whole game.
Right.
Um,
Some Iron Banner. Trials people, I'm sure they're like, oh, but you can use it there. I don't give a crap about
well,
trials.
that's situational.
Yeah.
You know that falls into that situational category. You don't need to run a fast revive helmet in Iron Banner. You're not getting revived.
Right. Right.
You know, granted, and I say that, and I was just running around with a Cresta Alpha Loopy on to make more orbs. That's the second part of that. You know, you making more orbs, you don't have to get revived, but still situational. I just realized I got rid of an exotic that I forgot about, and I haven't got one back yet. I need to try to get them again.
Tier.
Tier because they're my ruin wings.
You
There's
ruined
another one. Everywhere but PvP, ruin wings are amazing.
Heavy ammo, right?
Heavy ammo, more heavy per drop, and more drops. How could you not want that?
I never played Titan. I had them for
Yeah.
Crota for heavy.
Yeah.
I did that, and then Crota got blah. We moved
Okay,
on.
so here's something I think you need to get into.
Time management.
Well, other than that, you need to get yourself, and I think you've got one. I know you've got one.
A 360 horsepower dildo chair. I've got one of those.
Yes, you do.
It's with the
The
twist
raiment
throttle.
chest.
Sorry, I'm being funny.
The black chest with the little sparkly piece on the middle of it. You know
Yeah,
what I'm talking
you know
about?
what I know about that? It makes pretty colors. That's what I know about it.
Okay,
And it's like
well, this is
melee
why I
and,
say
and
you need it.
grenade, blah. Everything's
This
got
is
that.
why I say you need it.
I've got it.
Okay, this is why I say you need to wear it. You have a chance to gain Glimmer on primary ammo pickup.
Meh.
You're broke.
Am I? I don't know how much I've got.
You're always broke.
I am broke. But blah. See, it's just blah.
But
Blah. Who cares? That's so minimal. The word came up earlier today in this discussion. I never finished why I don't use exotic or what I do use for exotic weapons. Let me go back to that real quick.
okay.
That's what I did in my exotic armor. I'll replace them with raid items. Then when the raid decides to give me something other than boots and the fusion rifle, which I get every time, all the time,
And that
then
sucks because you can't infuse your exotic boots.
right?
Because you have none.
I have none. So I'll get a chest and put it into those exotics, but I don't get any. I've gotten 2 chests out of finishing Oryx, I don't know how many times, multiple difficulties.
Right.
So that's one reason. Maybe if I got more, this wouldn't be a discussion. But as
Yeah.
far as weapons, I only had a need for exotics because I was raping, was it Draxus with the three of coins,
Hmm.
trying to get a higher level light, higher light, higher, excuse, stutter, higher damage level weapon, so I could get into the higher tiers of the game, like the Kingsfield.
Right.
So I got that 310 Monte Carlo, and I think I got a 310 Hawk Moon maybe. It was all about that Monte Carlo though, just to survive, just to rape face. And then after that, okay, I got the Tlaloc, which I like, but I
Right.
haven't gotten any. Well, I've gotten more important places for infusion than it. It is a good. It is a good gun. I like
I
that.
agree. There's always going to be something more that you'll want to pull up over an exotic like that. But
Right.
if you would stop, if you would stop being a filthy casual and actually play with us,
I'm sorry. Education needs to be taken care of. I apologize. Anyway.
you would have more stuff to infuse. But anyways, that's beside the point. We were having this borderline argument about it. Of,
Yeah.
well, there's nothing I want to use. I don't care about exotic perks.
I really don't.
And you're like, I don't even know what they do. And then
That's right.
I
I'm
dropped
proud.
I dropped off like 4 examples that you're like, oh yeah, yeah,
But
that's good.
you know why? Okay. Okay. Saint 14, I heard you talk about a lot, and I saw how useful it is. I
Yeah,
got one right as year 2 happened, and it became trash.
yeah.
Never got to use one, and I don't
But
play
you never
Titan a
play
lot.
your Titan. I don't expect you to go chasing after a Titan exotic when you never play your Titan. I don't think you've even touched your Titan, have you?
Yeah,
Have you?
I've touched both of them. They're I don't know where they
Did
are.
you
They
touch them in their no-no areas?
don't tell anybody. I was with Jared from Subway, and things happen. It's just how we do. But I've had some
We
time
went
in
there.
there. He's now getting free footlong.
That's right. You can, yeah,
Never
you
mind.
can run normal mode with him. Or
Yeah,
actually, could you run hard?
no.
Are you up there yet?
No,
No, you're not in
no.
the 300s.
No, I've handed down stuff that I've gotten out of
Yeah.
the raid, like a good
Right.
little warlock. But when it comes to the exotics and what they do, I don't find them important. Zur is meaningless to me.
I agree.
To me,
But that's because you have most of the damn exotics in the game.
not for anybody except my warlock. And I don't know. I think some of my alts, my hunter or my titan, may be wearing an exotic because there's nothing else to replace it yet. And I
Right.
haven't gotten them
Right.
through.
But,
So
well, see, my warlock right now is wearing an exotic helmet because I cannot find a freaking legendary helmet for him to drop so I can infuse shit into it to get him a legendary helmet.
right.
It will not happen. So I think I've got my Light Beyond Nemesis up to a 305 or 6 or something like that. I mean, it's pretty high, but it's because it will not drop a legendary helmet for me.
Real quick, Iron Banner Clash continues through the weekly reset. I just found the line.
Wow.
So
I
anyway.
wonder how long it's going to continue through.
Through the end of the next decade. I don't know. Anyway, just throw that in there.
That'd be interesting.
The topic or the point was I couldn't tell you any exotics that and their perks. Well, Saint 14 because you were the guy who modeled it all the time, and I saw its use.
How
Icebreaker,
much
huh?
clutch moments did we have in Skolas?
Oh God, go wait by the door, let the dude come out so you can smack
Yeah.
him.
So you
Yeah.
can shotgun the shit out of him because
not
he's
worry
going to
about
just completely ruin your day.
Yeah. Well, yes, that one. That is prime exotic candidate. Icebreaker, prime exotic candidate. I'm not going to say
Gamebreaker.
Galahorn because it just drug balls across people's face, but I'm just saying those are exotic. Those are truly exotic. And anyone can say you're wrong that I'm saying that none of the other ones really are exotic. But the line comes up. I forgot if we said it in chat or I read it somewhere. Probably right off the patch notes. The stuff is subtle. And no, they're not supposed to be.
It was me and you talking about it.
Okay.
Some of the stuff is subtle, but like, okay, year 2 exotics are not up to par with year 1, in my opinion.
No, they're not.
There's some good ones.
Couldn't name a single one.
Zalo is really good. Listen, it's really good against smaller mobs because if you get a double kill with it, you get ammo back. Period. For free. Ammo out of thin air. So if you've got a bunch of thralls running at you or a bunch of dregs running at you, you know, you're getting ammo back. And it chains. The chain lightning is cool. That makes that gun exotic.
Yeah, I'll give you that one, but it doesn't
Okay.
matter. It doesn't matter.
Why doesn't
Every,
it matter? If you got a
but
bunch of arc shields or arc burn, that's the only way you can run an arc burn with an arc primary right now. There's no elemental primaries.
okay, here you go. Think of Tony Montana at his desk with the pile of cocaine.
Okay.
That pile of cocaine are all the guns in my vault. I've got all these guns to play with. I don't need that shit. Pardon my language. I don't need that gun. It's there to use cool, but I don't need it. I've got all these other ones that can do other stuff. That's why it's
You got
not
all
that
the other ones
important
that
to
will
me.
shoot bullets, not shoot chain lightning.
But I don't
But
care.
that's an example. Anyway,
I needs to be useful, not. And you can say if someone can think I'm stupid saying that's not useful.
you're
It's
redneck. That's what you are. Being
I'm,
redneck.
I'm
You need to
gonna
get
get into
good.
that next time. Episode 21, we're getting into it. Um, I can see that gun useful getting through the first part of Crota. If that was
Right.
relevant at the
Yeah.
time, that would help. But
Yeah.
where do we have little mobs that bother us so bad? We need extra ammo all the time, and we need to double chain lightning to something else. I can't think of a time unless we're just doing missions.
Right.
I mean,
Anyway,
that's not
you're
important.
reading too far into it. I'm proving to you that it's an exotic and it feels exotic.
Okay. Okay.
With
Okay.
okay.
Yes. It's the icebreaker exotic. Yes, because it's different. Yes. Okay.
Right. Okay.
Okay.
Monte Carlo charges your melee.
I don't even know that happens.
Okay. Now this is how you love your warlock, and this is where they're OP.
I would nurse him like a newborn child.
That flame shield though, with a Monte Carlo, you can have an overshield the entire time.
What do you mean?
Because you don't have to kill for that flame shield to activate. You just have to melee.
I don't even think that deep about the game. I
See?
really, truly don't think that
Now
deep
that
about the game.
flame shield has saved your ass a bunch, and you've said it because you'll
Yes.
call it out when it says. So you got a Monte Carlo, your flame shield's going to be active more because you're going to have more melees because of the exotic perk.
I don't deserve to
Now,
be doing
other
a
than that,
podcast.
Monte Carlo is very subtle because it's got the sound with it now, but
And-
it does that. It charges that exotic, or not the exotic, but it charges that melee a lot. Like you can hear it proc all the time.
Yeah. And that's what it's doing. I didn't know that.
Yeah, every time it procs, it's charging
Because
that melee.
I
don't
never
know if it
gave
gives a
a
little boost or it's an instant charge because I never use mine, but along
It's
those
subtle.
lines there.
It's subtle. It's not game changing to me. Cool.
No, it's
like,
not.
Like, I don't think that if there's people out there who think that deep about it, then damn, you got a lot of time on your hands, and that's cool though. Whatever. But
Okay, so bad juju will charge your super with kills.
I hate that gun so bad. Can
Why
I
do
tell
hate
you?
the gun?
It's ugly. It sucks. It's ugly
freaking cool.
and dumb and it's stupid.
As a warlock, you should want to carry that thing with you.
Nope. I've used it only to do missions,
Right.
and I don't do missions anymore.
Red Death heals you on kills.
Never liked it. Never will use it. I don't like the damage it does. It's all about doing damage to me. I want to blast stuff, not get tickled in the butt and have a boner because it perked it. Whatever.
But what I'm saying here is, in this current meta we're in, pulse rifles are strong. We're using a Hawksaw.
Actually,
the
kind of
raid
using the
pulse.
raid one now. Yeah.
You hung on to your Hawksaw for a long time, and now you're using the raid pulse because you got lucky and got a high one drop for you.
Hawksaw was Daddy's little girl. Yeah.
You're not using Black Spindle, or
I do a little bit.
yeah, a little bit. I'm not saying on everyday occasions. You're using your Aryan Sniper and probably your Terminus, right?
What is Terminus again?
your raid machine gun.
Oh yeah, yeah. I apologize, everyone. I'm sitting here trying to do a podcast and be a face of Destiny. I'm like, what weapon's that?
Yeah, the Quillen's
Yes.
Terminus.
Oh,
Is that
oh.
better?
Yeah, and I forgot the rocket launcher is. That's my new favorite. Oh my
Okay,
gosh.
so there you've got three really good legendaries
Mm-hmm. Which,
that now you can start swapping in exotics
what do you
and
mean
using
define?
exotics. Okay, so if pulse rifles are the current meta right now and they're strong, why couldn't you start building up your Red Death? So if you get shot and then you kill something, bam, your health's back.
I've got to get one first.
You got yeah, okay. Well, that's fine. You got to get one. It's or you could start using bad juju even though you don't like it and have a super all the damn time. Which I mean, if you're running your in-game stuff, we're always fussing at you because you try to run Nova Bomb, but then you end up switching to
Yeah. That's
Fireborn
orcs.
because you realize how important that role is when you
Yeah.
can just self-res.
Well, I've always known that's what I always did for Nightfall, but it gets boring not using your super.
So then I would think you would do the Telelock and bring it up because that gun's cool. That gun's cool as shit to use, and it feels exotic.
I like it out of all the exotics I have. I don't like Malice at all. That's an idiotic idea for a weapon.
It's very situational.
And
It works in the raid, which is where it's supposed to work, and it cannot be beat in the raid.
Spindle is castrated.
Just because it pulls ammo, but you still can't. You can't do any more damage with a normal sniper versus doing the same. You do more damage with Spindle over any other sniper. Period.
Right.
It,
I
it,
can't. I'm not good at
you
getting
know,
those critical shots though, so it's wasteful
Yeah.
for me.
You just got to get good.
Well, whenever I'm thinking War Priest,
Yeah,
and his head's
War
he's
Priest.
just and
War
he's
Priest is
headbanging.
tough. You got to catch him. You either got to catch him as his head's going down or coming up, and you got to stay there. You can't chase his head because I try to chase his head all the time, and I'll miss, and then I'm reloading, and I'm shit. And
There
I
you go.
End up staying at the top is where I've learned, and you stay at the top and you snipe. Every time his head pops up, you snipe.
Yeah,
Because
okay.
every time the recoil's ready to snipe again, his head's back up, and you're hitting him again.
All right. So okay, I go towards that until I like mainly out of all my exotic weapons.
Right.
It was Monte Carlo just because it had 310 attack, and now it's like, sorry, I got 317 primary or a 312 or whatever I'm switching in or out. I got a 310 Thunderlord, but I'm never going to use that.
See, I've yet to get a Thunderlord yet.
I will never use it. I have no use for it, like any other exotic.
So here is how I swap. And I've brought stuff up with me for these purposes. I tend to not use primary exotics because I'm running special or heavy exotics all the time. And we're talking PvE, not PvP.
What heavy exotic would you have?
Heavy sword or the exotic sword.
Swords were fun. I'm going to say that.
Swords are awesome.
It's so different. It's so unique.
Yes.
That's fun.
Yes.
That's
Swords
where I
are
draw the
awesome,
line.
and especially when you get if you would ever work on the arc one.
Nope.
Why?
I don't have time for it. I don't
know
care.
you don't have time.
I don't
But anyways,
care.
it's cool to send the little lightning bolt out and away and essentially turn your sword into a ranged weapon. The fire sword I like a lot. I've yet to do the void one. But I tend to run a sword all the time unless we're doing War Priest or Golgoroth and I'm running a Spindle. And that's really the two that I've changed. Now the sword I didn't really bring up because it drops at 310. But my Spindle's up to a 314 now.
Good Lord.
Yeah, and I've gotten my 1,000-yard stare and the Aryan Sniper that's now pretty much worthless to me at 314.
What have you been doing? Well, you've been playing all the time. That's what. I was using, I guess let's go back to 2 weeks before my life got overwhelming. I was ironing and spindling to double check my damage. And I was getting 24,000 proc here and there, but then you get that constant 13 or 19 that Spindle was doing, and
Right.
I saw the importance of it there on
Yeah.
War Priest. And then I loved Irene, the one I got. I don't have the new one. So much I call it the proctologist. But
It's
man,
it's the same thing except a low zoom scope.
well, that's actually a lot better than mine. But then that 4-shot clip sucks,
Well, I
and you're
mean, all of
slow
them
to
are
reloading
all of them are 4 shots. I mean,
every
all
what?
of the big hitters are. My 1,000 yard stare's a 4 shot.
Do you know all this information somehow? I
Um,
didn't know that. I've never had one. Well, I deleted it because it sucked.
it's the same, essentially the same gun,
1,000 yard stairs, the same thing as Irene.
same stats. Yes,
I didn't know
same
that
impact, same
because
fire
I
rate.
don't care.
Well, I mean, you had your luck in the chamber one that over a magazine will do more damage than a normal 1,000 yard stare because it doesn't have luck in the chamber.
Well, of course.
So yeah, I mean, if you're going to use that, if you stuck with it and kept pulling it up, I'm just personally, I like the 1,000 yard stare scope better because it's based on the what was it called, LDR. Remember
That was a
using
fun
the
one.
LDR?
That was a fun one. I had like every attack or every
That's the
damage
thousand
on that.
yard stare, flat out. That's the
Every.
same gun
Let me try to think of the word I'm trying to say. Every
element.
element. There you go.
Uh,
Have
uh,
you like sat there and compared this stuff or something?
to what? Like an
Like
LDR to that, or the airing to the 1,000 yard stare?
I don't know. You just know all these stats, and you should take over this show because I should not be the host. Because
Well,
like you're a freaking scientist.
no, I'm not. I listen to a lot of shit and I can remember it.
I guess
Uh,
I don't care about it.
Planet Destiny, one of the guys on there loves the LDR. That was his baby. And that's where I've heard that 1,000 yard stare is, I mean, it even looks like an LDR.
I don't
From
know
what I
what's up.
remember, the LDR having the scopes are the same. The scopes look the same from what I remember. That's what I'm going off of. It's
gotcha.
based on that LDR. But yeah, I remember when you first got that sniper,
Which one?
the one you used, the airing.
Oh my gosh, it was
And
wonderful.
yeah, I remember when you got it, and that's when I was comparing it, and they're identical. The stats on them are identical. I think, other than the range and the stability stats that change with perks, the rate of fire and impact stats are the same, and that's where I remember that from.
Let this be known. Episode 20 is the episode where I realized I don't care about meta.
You don't.
I truly don't. It's
Devin
boring.
doesn't either.
It is so freaking boring to talk about meta unless I can apply it to myself. And you can say, well, you can't apply it to yourself because you use these weapons. But it's like, you know what? Give me a gun that does damage. Give me some armor that protects me. Let's play. I don't need to know fall off.
You
And I'm not
learn.
trying to
You
be.
learn
I'm not.
meta. You learn meta as you get killed by. Damn, I'm getting killed by this gun a lot. I should get that gun.
And I'm not trying to be salty about this either, or sound like I'm cool and I don't care. But like, it's brain numbingly boring to me. So that's why I said this gets back to the exotic thing we're talking about here. There's subtle changes that I don't give a fat crap about. Cool it charges your grenade faster. Cool that charges your melee faster. Yay, I've got a super faster. Blah. For
Okay.
me, just for
Let's
me.
let's get back on this exotic kick because I still want to prove you more on this.
Okay.
Invective, does it feel exotic?
It recharges ammo, I think.
Yes.
I didn't. I can fairly say I never used that gun a lot. I think we
Really?
used it in Skolas,
Yeah, we
or
used it in
excuse me,
Skolas a lot.
but that's really all. I'm not a shotgun guy. I liked it when I had it a couple times, but something, whatever. I forgot what I used year one. It's my special icebreaker, probably.
Yeah, icebreaker. Well, no, you always had Galahorn on.
Well, yeah,
Yeah, you did.
okay.
You always had Galahorn on. And
I'm just trying to think.
And
I
you're
don't know
rubbing all 8 of them all up in my face.
I don't. Yeah, I don't know what special I used all the time though. I forgot. Probably Black Hammer.
Black Hammer.
That's
yeah,
what it
once
was.
you finally got Black Hammer, it was Black Hammer.
So
Did
Invective,
you get Black Hammer early, or did I get it?
I
first?
got it like the first run, second run.
Did you really?
Yeah, when we were
God, you're
pulling
so
cables.
You were so lucky.
I didn't
Pulling
have to beat the
cables.
guy. But I know you use the Invective to get out of those containment cells, and that's where I saw you like really putting that gun to work.
Right.
And I was jealous because I was stuck in jail.
But you had one.
I did, but
You
I
just
was like,
never
well,
used it.
I was spindling because I'd rather kill the boss. Or not
Yeah.
spindle, hammering.
Um,
So anyway, You, I'm not gonna fight. If you find one that you point and prove to me that it's worthwhile, then sure. But I just can't think of anything. It's like, oh yeah, I gotta have it.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of them are subtle. Other than the big name ones, Gallahorn was not subtle,
No.
but it was also game breaking. When it was a requirement for people, that is game breaking.
But
As
it doesn't
much as I
have to be.
chased that gun
Hmm.
through year one and did not get it till Zer sold it the second time in week 46 or whatever the hell it was. You know, that gun was game breaking because it wasn't game breaking in that you had to have it to do things. It was game breaking because people wanted you to have it to do things.
I blame that on the people though. But I guess if
Well,
you just want to
yes,
make it easier and we
you
can all
blame it on
just
the
do this,
people, but then again, what other rocket launcher could beat Skolas in 40 seconds with three
true,
people?
true.
That's game breaking and development side, not, they changed that though, but still,
Yeah.
must have Gallahorn, blah, 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 blah. And I went 40 some weeks without it and held my own and did fine. It's not that it wasn't able to be done, but some people, oh no, you don't have Gallahorn, get out of here.
Yeah.
And it's
It,
just like, that you're stupid for saying that, but
a
that's
month. Ag-
why they're not going to make guns on
yeah.
that level again.
A month ago, it was kind of you gotta have malice. But then I haven't seen a lot of that happen because
Well, it's because most everybody's going to have it because it's so easy to get.
it's in people's realm of use if they want, but you can still
Right,
use other weapons too. It'd be just
right,
fine.
right. But for daughters and Oryx, it's hard to beat Touch of Malice.
The
Just
only time
because
I'll go
infinite
ahead.
ammo, double damage, in the aura, it's hard to beat.
The only time I will ever pull malice out is for daughters, and I really don't like doing so.
Not even Oryx. Well, I
I've
mean, normally you're
never
running.
used that in orcs.
Now, see, this is how we ran. This is how we ran hard, and we had stuff going wrong, and I mean, it just never did click. Touch of Malice is hard to use when you're not in an aura in the aura.
Yeah.
But if you drop a Blessing of Light bubble and you stand up top where the Daughters platform are and shoot all the ogres with a
Hmm.
Touch of Malice and keep dipping in and out of the bubble, it's pretty nice. Just don't accidentally shoot too long and hurt yourself and then get one shot by something. Uh, but that's really nice. That's a really nice way to use that gun, especially whenever you go in and teleport in with the shade, you can do the same thing if you've got enough Titans that can run the bubbles. But to drop a bubble and be able to kill the shade with double damage, you're outputting so much damage that it just makes it easier to use that gun. But anywhere else, I'll never use that gun anywhere else.
No, I much assume just dismantle it, but I know somebody's gonna say you gotta have spindle. Yeah. But anyway, but here's my whole thing. Like, I feel like the raid weapons are more important because that's all I'm really gonna do, and they're raid specific. The perks they have. I've never really seen Cocoon work. Maybe it has been working. I just haven't
It
paid
works.
attention.
You just don't pay attention to it because it works.
Okay,
Because it works in the background.
and
But I
there
mean,
you go. Well, let me jump in. That's what happens to these exotics. It works in the background, and I don't see it. I'm not notified, and the game's just going on. So that leads me to just feel like all this crap that exotics do, not the main perk, is just who cares?
yeah.
Like, I don't have to have that. That's
But
where
now you
that's where I'm
say the
coming from.
raid ones are important, but the raid ones, other than Cocoon, are normal guns. They have normal perks. There's no Taken Breaker or, like there was an Oracle Disruptor or Hive Breaker or whatever it was called for the Crota weapons that does more damage to Taken. It's your pulse rifle has, I don't remember what yours has. Mine has Cocoon and Firefly. Firefly can roll on pulse rifles. Cocoon cannot, except in raid weapons. And you say you never see it used, so you're not going to miss it as much. I don't use the raid sniper because it doesn't have a high enough impact for me.
Hmm.
Now the machine gun is really nice because that thing takes so long to reload. You just shoot it and swap to your primary, shoot a little bit, and then you swap back and it's reloaded.
I've never tried it that way.
It's awesome. Don't ever reload the machine gun. Just swap out of it and start using your primary again.
How long does Cocoon take to start
10
working?
seconds.
Never knew that.
I remember seeing it somewhere that said if you had it's one of the perks that you swap, and it activates a perk as you swap. And it'll put a little timer on your screen. They said if you have that perk active, you can use that perk for the Cocoon countdown. But it happens so fast. Where I tend to use it, I tend to use my machine gun at the War Priest, and I'll save the heavy for the major knights that come out, and I'll shoot them and then swap back to primary, and then it's ready to go the next time I need it.
I think you can just call me the general infantry Destiny player. Give me a helmet, give me some boots, give me a gun. I'm gonna go
The
shoot
casual
stuff.
player that's played 1,000 hours with me.
I don't consider myself casual though. No, not at all. I don't ever.
Even after this conversation?
Not at all, because I have a podcast.
That's true.
That's not casual. But like my play style is just give me a gun, let me shoot. What I said earlier. Give me a car, I'm still going to go somewhere. I don't have to have a Porsche to get there. Cool, it might look better, but I'm still going to get the same place you're going. That's just my whole approach to it. I mean, like I said, I can't name what these exotics do except your founding members, if you will. They just are not important to me. And that's as simple as I can say it. Not trying to be cool and different. I just, that does that damage. Oh, this protects me this much. I'll use them. That's just me. That's all I can say.
So, let's go over what's being released in December.
Do that.
Okay. Now, I want you to tell me what these do, because I know damn well you know what they do for the most part.
We'll have a test.
We'll have a test. It's pop quiz. You do your homework. It's pop quiz.
All right. I didn't study.
Bones of EAO.
Could not freaking tell you I'm not a hunter.
Are you kidding me?
I'm not a hunter.
Oh, my God.
Oh, wait. Does it make you jump one more time?
Yes.
Okay.
There you go. I
only know that. I only know that because
somewhere.
I only know that because Devin says it every time he opens his mouth.
Right. But I say those are one of the best hunter exotics there ever is?
Just for jumping?
They're fun. To have 4 jumps, it's fun. It's awesome.
When do you need 4 jumps that your regular jumps can't handle that? I don't like the hunter.
Okay, for one thing, the ship puzzle and the hive dick room, it turns hunters from somewhat challenging jumps into easy mode.
Is it really hard to play on a hunter to jump?
Not for me.
Maybe I've done it before.
Okay. I mean, you've done it on your hunter, yes, but you struggled with it a lot too.
I think that first jump where the first platform appears, I did have trouble trying to make it.
Right.
But I was trying to do it like a warlock, though.
Yeah.
Okay.
And part of that's just not, you're not used to the hunter jump.
Yeah.
But it turns it into, somewhat skilled jumps into easy mode because you've got a whole extra jump.
Gotcha. Okay.
They're cool to use. I've watched videos of people jump off the side of a PvP map and be able to sit there and pop up and save themselves and come all the way back up because of the extra jump.
Nice.
And confuse the shit out of people when it happens, because one guy did it. Twilight Gap, the map that has the, B flag spawns. The map's kind of shaped like a T, and B flag spawns out on the side where you can fall off the sides. You know which one I'm talking about?
Not really.
Got the big guns on the back of it. You know it if you played it.
Couldn't tell you.
It's one of your favorite maps. Because you say it every time it pops up.
Is it the one where the flag is on like the Vex platformy kind of thing?
Vex platform. No, I don't know. Twilight Gap's on Earth. A flag has a really big gun. Like if you turn around and look at it, it's like a big rail gun, a big cannon or something pointed off.
Oh, and there's B is down in that little building by itself.
Yes. Okay, so down by B, you know how you can just fall off the sides there if you if you
Yeah.
jump over the rail. There was a guy that was getting chased, and he jumped off the rail, fell down, jumped back up a couple times, shotgunned him, and ended up saving. Confused the shit out of the guy chasing him.
Mm-hmm.
But they're cool to use like that. They're just different.
You
They're
have stroked.
exotic feeling.
You have stroked the bone's penis for long enough. Move on.
No, Devin has stroked the bone's penis.
The
Devin
penis
loves
bone.
the bones. That's all he wanted today. And I was kind of wondering if they wouldn't show up because that was the last thing they revealed.
Oh yeah.
So they held on to that for a while. Hard Light is coming back.
Hard light. The really crazy jumpy assault
Yeah.
rifle. Or,
The
auto rifle.
give you seizure auto rifle.
Mm-hmm.
Now this is a new one, the Twilight Garrison.
I don't know what that is.
It gives Titans an evade in air, kind of like the Night Stalker evade. The
So it's
double
a
tap
shadow
lead.
step in the air.
I think so. It says in
Shade
air
step,
in
brother.
air evade.
That's kind of fun.
Yeah, that's an exotic piece. That feels exotic. That's going to create a lot of people crying.
Yeah.
With Sunbreakers wearing a Twilight Garrison, there's people just gonna bitch all day about it.
You shot a rocket at me and you didn't.
Yeah.
hit me.
The
That's funny.
the hunter helmet that you hate, the symbiote, is coming back.
What does it do? I
The
couldn't tell you what it does.
fourth
It makes your face pulsate. That's what I can tell you it does.
Fourth golden gun shot. It gives you 4 shots.
Who gives a fat crap?
You don't play a hunter.
Because a hunter can really die. I don't like hunters. I wish they weren't in the game. Not that I get beat by them, but they're freaking boring.
Radiant Dance Machines are coming back.
What does that do?
They're not really, I never really used them. Increase movement speed while ADS and something else.
That's neat.
And they said some of
green.
these perks are going to change. They've reworked some of these perks.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, these were what I'm recalling off of is year 1 stuff. No Land Beyond.
I like that gun. I don't know what was so exotic about it other than it was old looking.
It was a primary sniper rifle.
Yeah, but that doesn't make it exotic in my book. You're just holding it in your main hand. I'm saying, what does it do that's exotic? Because it didn't really work the way it was intended, from what I understand. Or it wasn't strong enough.
No, it was strong. It was just slow as hell.
That's exotic right
the
there.
The reload was extremely slow. It was still a sniper rifle in your hand. You could use a shotgun in primary with a universal remote. Not nobody, but I never used it. I don't think you ever did. And you could do a sniper rifle as a primary.
Mm-hmm.
So you could run. It's more of a PvP weapon. It's not a PvE weapon. It was never viable in PvE. But you could run a sniper and then a short range shotgun, and it just a situational gun. A lot of people on Reddit wanted it. I don't give 2 shits about it. I hated it. I could never use it. The Apotheosis Veil is coming back.
Had it, never cared for it because I don't see how it helped me.
I had
Stronger.
it, never ever used it. No.
Stronger while being...
No, that's the Skull of Dire Ahamkara that you're thinking of.
See, I don't know what I'm talking about.
The Apotheosis Veil was the fishbowl helmet on your
What
Warlock.
did it do? What did it do? I had that, but what did it
Remember
do?
what it did? Heal on orb pickup and something else. It wasn't a very good. It was one that I never used.
Yeah.
The Peregrine Greaves.
I know that name. Stay airborne or something like that.
No, you more damage while hitting them with a knee, like in-air shoulder charge.
No.
You know how in-air shoulder charge would actually be a knee instead of a shoulder.
Yeah.
It did X amount of damage more, however much more damage it does, with the Peregrine Greaves on.
Blah.
That'll be interesting. I'll be waiting to see the videos of people shoulder charging a Sunbreaker in air to try to kill him.
That hammer will kill him before they get near him.
Yeah, unless they don't see him coming. But yeah, you're right. The ATS-8 Tarantella.
I just about popped, but you're not saying what I thought you were saying.
I didn't. What?
Is it tarantula?
No, tarantella.
No, okay.
Here, write this down and say it if I'm saying it right.
I believe you are.
Taran
Taran
Tella.
There you go. Tarantella.
Tarantella. Sounds like tarantula. Or
Tarantula.
Tarantella.
Yeah.
I had to look it up because I didn't know what the hell it did because I couldn't remember. But it's a straight Blade Dancer chest. Reduced cooldown for your Blade Dancer abilities.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of cool, but sounds like I guess a PvE chest or PvP chest because who the hell runs Blade Dancer in PvE?
What does it do again?
Reduces cooldown for. I think it said reduced cooldown for grenade, melee, and Blade Dancer.
I was just Wikipediaing what that is, and a tarantella is a group of various folk dances characterized by a fast, upbeat tempo. Anyway, that's a real word.
Huh. Weird.
Go ahead.
Super good advice.
Never used it.
But what's it do?
It's a heavy machine gun. That's what I can tell you, and it's red and something.
Infinite ammo, or not infinite, but ammo's returned if you miss your shot. Almost 100%.
Unneeded.
Okay. Nothing manacles.
Nothing manacles. That's a warlock, isn't it?
Yep.
Never used them.
Yes, you did.
Did I?
Yes. Tracking for your. Was it the scatter grenade? Is that what it's called?
Shatter.
Shatter. No, Shatter's a Nova Bomb.
Oh, I don't know. Whatever.
Scatter grenade.
The grenade that goes.
Void, bro. Yeah, the ones that split off, these would add tracking to it and give you another one.
I used that?
Yeah, I remember you using it.
Am I alive? Am I on this earth?
I don't think so.
I don't remember using it.
I think you're in a book somewhere right now.
I am looking at my phone.
Plan C, which is about the Plan N now.
Don't even care. It's cool looking. I like the bloody spikes on it.
Yeah.
I wish it was like an updated melee or something like that you could use in smack people with spikes.
I never really used it. I don't really care that it's coming over. I got 20 of them in year one. Dragon's Breath, which
I thought was a cool idea.
It's a cool idea, but now granted, it might be more viable with a Titan because of the helmet that gives you tracking for every rocket launcher.
Okay.
So it could be viable for a Titan, but otherwise, anywhere else, it's still a Dragon's Breath.
But see, I see it as a great weapon to use on a flag because no one likes to leave their flag.
Yes.
That's where I'll see it being
great area denial.
There you go. So you shoot it, you get a blast, and then they're going to come on back to get back on their flag, but they're going to get burned.
Right.
So that's where I see it being useful. Everybody's like, no, it's not fun. Well, that's right. But you couldn't use it really on anything PvE because they know to move.
Yeah, they just get out of the way. They're oh shit, I can't go near this thing. Let me go around.
There you go.
The armamentarium.
I like the extra grenade.
There you go. You knew that.
Props on it.
Yes, that's the only way for an extra grenade on a Titan.
Props on that.
That's That's one of the year one greats.
Yeah.
Especially for a Titan. And the Mida multi-tool.
Aim down sight map. I can't say it. Radar.
Oh, that's third eye.
Is it really?
That's not exotic. It's third eye.
Is that not the? Oh no, there's a couple weapons like that. Well, that's what I liked out of Mida. What else did Mida do?
Increase movement speed, like overall, just 100% while holding the weapon.
I didn't know that. I had no idea.
It also had like high caliber rounds built in that was a secret perk.
Mm-hmm.
So your targets would flinch a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Unless angry modifier was on.
I can hear somebody saying, "Do you not read the perks that are on your guns already?" No, I don't. Just level them up and play.
Well, it was like Gallahorn had proximity on it, but it never said it had proximity.
That was fun.
Yeah, when a thrall walks up behind you and you didn't know it, boom, dead. What the fuck was that?
Now, I'm going to tell you one that I did like, the ADO fence or whatever it was. That was good.
Those were
That was
cool.
great.
Yeah,
It
those were cool.
works, and I'll give props to an exotic that works for me and my play style. And for me, someone to watch my back, ADO. Thank you. That is good. I like that. I will give it. I will put that on today.
Let me correct you. ACDO.
ACDO.
Yeah.
Sorry. That I liked.
Yeah.
That was a great use for how I play.
I thought they were cool. I just preferred Ruin Wings over them.
What's the blue armor exotic looking arms that Titans have?
No backup plans.
What does that do again?
Okay, they come over. They came over to Taken King in the beginning of Taken King, and they got changed a little bit. And people are bitching about them now because a Titan's so OP. In year one, they would give increased force barrier.
And that is
It
what
would
again?
increase duration on force barrier. The difference between force barrier and flame shield. Flame shield, you could hit
Okay.
it and proc flame shield. Force barrier, you actually had to kill somebody to get force barrier to activate.
Okay. Okay.
It would increase it from like 25 seconds to 35 seconds or something like that. Maybe it was 20 to 25 or somewhere around there. It was a pretty good 5 to 10 second duration increase.
It's one I never got from my Titan, so I had no idea what that
I
was.
had
I
them
was
and I
like, hey,
never
it's blue.
used them.
Yeah.
And I think they had a reload perk on them. I think in year one they would just all like the reload perk was special weapons, just a generic special weapon reload perk. In year two, they changed the perk to say increase force barrier duration and force barrier force barrier was triggered with a shotgun kill.
I see.
So you could melee and do it or shotgun kill and get get force barrier active.
I see.
So that made them, it turned them from a shitty exotic to a situational but pretty good exotic.
Worthwhile, sure.
Yeah, especially if you're running around with a shotgun. Because if you can max out your strength build in a shotgun, you're pretty much got an overshield consistently. Throughout, because by the time they're, as long as you're not getting shot up, by the time the force barrier would run out, your melee was recharged and it was, back up again. Hell, if you pair it with Monte Carlo, there you go.
Okay. Okay.
So,
Okay. I get you.
you feel what I'm cooking? Or you smell what I'm
I
cooking?
smell it. I feel it. And it's
You feel it?
burning.
It's kind of hot.
My skin's boiling.
But
Anyway,
that's the big info dump today.
the biggest exotic in my Destiny life was the fence, and it was on a Titan, my secondary. On my Warlock, I used Obsidian, sure, but really I only did that to get the bounty out of the way. I think I used it a little bit in Crota.
I remember you using Obsidian Mine anytime you ran Voidwalker.
Yeah, and I used it in Crota, but I didn't typically use my Void because I was like, you need to be on
Right.
Singer duty. So then that became switched, and I never really used it.
Right.
And yes, you can
But now
use it to
you
charge that back
used,
up after you use it.
Purifier robes you used when you got them.
And I thought I would be putting those to great use, but I never really got around people to stun them.
Yeah.
And they would do a couple on the ads, whatever, that would knock me down when I'd go down. But
Yeah.
cool idea, but I don't think it played out like I thought. But
Right.
maybe I stunned them. I just didn't see because they become, you're third person when you die. You become first.
Right.
Maybe I just didn't see what was going on. And I remember saying, "Oh yes, it does work on PvP or PvE."
To me, I think now see, since I haven't really played my Warlock that much, and I've been playing Stormcaller except for raid stuff. Heart of Praxic Fire was my big one in year one.
I've got it, but I don't know what it does.
It
That sounds silly
changed
saying
from
that,
where
but
I could throw 9 grenades during a super to where I could throw 15 or 16.
Oh, that.
It's increased cooldown, and it worked. I mean, you could tell a huge difference.
I think I remember that when I had it because I was just like, as you put it so eloquently, hand out grenades like Oprah
Yes.
early episode ago. Several episodes ago. I remember that because I was throwing grenades. I was slanging them grenades last week, and it's like one grenade, two grenades. It was like, oh, and I'm pounding the button like grenade,
Right.
grenade, grenade, like I'm used to, and that's
Yeah.
what was doing it for me. Because I think I did wear that Praxic robe a lot
Yeah.
back in the day.
I think
Yeah,
that's the one I wore the most. Isn't a warlock.
it's always brought up to me, Chris. You don't pay attention. Sometimes I don't because there's other things that are more important for me to pay attention to. And yes, I can read all these perks on these robes and these exotics. But like I said, if I've got something that works, I don't care to go through the fine details to pick up a faster melee charge or to pick up maybe now or generation health maybe is a good thing. But like some of these things, I'm fine. I don't want to change stuff. I don't want to think about it. Let's just play. And you might say I'm stupid from being uneducated. That's fine. We've already been called rednecks that are stupid.
Yeah. Stupid rednecks.
But anyway,
Yeah.
that's just me.
Your education is in different places.
When I find something important, I'll put it on. And that fence on my Titan, loved it. Loved it.
Right.
So that's
I
my
don't know
opinion.
what I don't remember which exotic I used for Hunter. I can't remember now. Don't touch me. I think was one of the big ones that they came
That's,
over to.
hmm
They came
that's
over to Taken King right away.
I had like all of the helmets in one other piece, and I think it was Don't Touch Me. That's the only thing I had to choose from.
Yeah.
I didn't spend a lot of time
Uh,
hunting.
I've been using the Ahamkara a lot in Iron Banner. The Claws of Ahamkara that gives you 2 trip mines and they last longer.
Uh,
I was getting quite a few postmortems the other night because I just chuck them in different places
hmm
and just walk away from them, and they were like, "Boop, grenade kill." I'm like, "What the? Oh, hell,
Strategic
I'd forget I threw them out there." It was pretty funny. They work really good though.
strategic throws or placement, or just like I'll just put it as I'm going by here 'cause it's a heavy traveled area.
Chuck them in their general direction, and
hmm
and wait for something to happen.
hmm
Some strategic, but I ended up putting. I think mine came with the perk that lets you throw grenades farther,
hmm
and I kept like expecting the grenade to drop, and I would stick it really high somewhere, and I'm just like, oh shit, that ain't gonna do nothing. But one of those ones I stuck really high, I got a kill off of, and I'm just like, what the hell were you doing up there? Like, you had to be jumping away from somebody and just get popped by a trip mine that was stuck in the middle of a building somewhere.
I would love to watch that response. I don't know.
Yeah, I wish
That's
I could have
pretty
seen
good.
their end of it because I didn't even get to see the kill. I think I had thrown it and then ran somewhere and died, and then I see it pop up as like boop, postmortem, and I'm just like,
Awesome.
what? Oh yeah, that grenade I stuck way up there on the side of that building got a kill. But yeah, it's the trip mines are pretty. The 2 trip mines that last, I think they last like 30 seconds too,
Yeah,
with those arms on.
that's cool.
Someone said in Mayhem you can throw out 8 trip mines. Because Mayhem recharges so fast, and as long as they last, you can throw out 8.
So there's have you ever shot a wall in a game just to see how many bullet holes you can put, and then when you start gaining on the max, you'll see the other ones go away.
Yeah, they
You've done
start
it before?
disappearing. Yeah,
I was wondering if you throw out grenades like that. I guess if you say 8, that's probably the max. Throw out a grenade, and you have 8, and it stacks 8 or whatever, and you throw out a ninth, and one disappears. I don't know if it worked that way.
I don't know. I don't think it was. I don't think the grenades will disappear because they last so long.
Mm-hmm.
I think they were starting to explode
No,
because of cooldown time.
no, I can buy that. Well, that's the great exotic debate that we were raging about on group text.
Yeah, that was an
And
interesting one.
It pretty much came out the same way. Nothing new discovered.
No.
It was a practice run.
No, I tried to. I still can't get you to see the light of day.
If I could probably sit down and see the game during the day, maybe I could. Maybe I could. Yeah, watch
Maybe
me start
once
playing.
you're able to get back to playing,
Yeah,
when we can run 3 hard modes a week,
yeah,
you know, and you start getting those, like the way I put it earlier. I can't remember group text or in here. I think it was in here. It was both of them, but like, you know, you say you pass down stuff. I pass down stuff. That's how I've gotten both of my other characters over 300 without running, you know, just a couple raids with them each.
Hmm.
Uh, but you pass down your stuff you get off your main and infuse it into other stuff that you got on your alts. But now I've got a set of 309 gloves sitting in my vault that I can use to infuse something, and because all of my other characters don't have, their gloves are higher than 309.
Right.
So they're just sitting there waiting for the right piece to be put into.
This class I have ends, I believe, December 17th or right before, maybe December 12th. Not too much farther.
Now,
I
when did
think
you
just three
start this
weeks.
class?
Well, I signed up in August as typical colleges start,
So, see,
but
now I ran my whole. Yeah, I thought you said this was a condensed class, but it doesn't sound like it's a condensed class if you start in August and end in December.
I signed up. I registered in August, but I didn't start actually going to class till October.
Okay, so there's the condensed class. I was about to say,
Yeah.
because I've never had as much homework as you've had in this class.
It's stupid, and it's no one understands what's going on. Like it's so vague.
Mm-hmm.
I understand. I've done plenty of hybrid online classes in my college career because I've been in it so long, and it's so freaking vague. We only meet 4 times during the semester, and that's if you have questions. I go to everyone because I'm like, woman, what am I doing? And I've been late on stuff because I didn't understand when it was due, and she's like, "Oh, sorry." And if you look at the questions on our little message board, it's like, "What does this mean? Who is this? I'm confused. I'm confused too." It's freaking ridiculous. But anyway, it's just we have something due on Wednesday. Then, like on the discussion board, we have to write 250 words, which is no problem. And then we've got to do all these different parts of writing, like learn MLA style and annotated bibliography and rhetorical analysis and all this stuff. And then you got to reply to stuff by Sunday. So when Sunday comes around, I think I'm done. I've got to start writing again to have it done by Wednesday. And there's 2 parts each week, and it's stupid.
Now, is this for your physical therapy degree stuff you're going for still?
Yeah, it's the
What
last
the
prerequisite.
fuck do you need to know how to write?
Because you got to communicate with. I think the medical world uses what's called the SOAP note taking form of writing,
Uh-huh.
whatever. And it's general ed,
Yeah.
but every little degree area has certain things. You got to take English, you got to take math, you got
Right.
to take
Yeah,
psychology.
that's your general ed you're talking about. Yeah.
Communication's huge because you're handling patients and understanding and deciphering and all
I can
that.
understand communication, but written the
I'm not
class
writing.
you sound like you're in a writing class, not a language class.
It's no, well, it's an English class. It's not language. Even though I'm correcting you every day on your and there and there.
That's because my thumbs don't know the damn difference.
It's not that.
I know the
It's
difference. My thumbs don't understand the difference when I'm fast texting.
and it
They
probably
just like
spells
to
it
go.
for you.
Beep, beep. No, it don't spell it for you. You put the E in it, it'll stick an apostrophe right in it. It's just half being lazy and not putting the E in it, and half just mindlessly typing.
Well, this is like professional reporting. I think it's called English 112.
See,
Been
now
there,
to me,
done
when I
that.
was when I was in class, we had the difference. You had English, whatever the hell number it was followed by, but you had a writing class and you had a speech class. I think was the two different.
Hmm.
You take one or the other. Both of them
Hmm.
would count for the same English credit.
Was that
you
engineering?
need. Yeah, but this was at Charlotte too.
Yeah, yeah.
You could either take a writing class or a speech class, and I think I ended up taking the writing class because I don't do well getting up and talking in front of others. I hated it.
Yeah.
But I don't. That class was extremely easy because we didn't hardly write anything in it, and we got to watch CSI a lot during class and read Harry Potter.
Hmm.
Explain
Sounds
that
like
one,
fun.
but
New literature.
yeah.
I don't know. Well, this is just putting. I don't know. Is there 12 weeks or 16 weeks in the semester, whatever it is, into 8 weeks?
Yeah, that is pretty condensed.
So,
I
and
was
then you don't
thinking
have.
it was 8, but I could not remember when you said. I was like 8 weeks is really short. That's 2 months, and it seems like you've been doing homework for a lot longer than 2 months.
it was easy. I was doing some at work. I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna start writing here, and then it's like, well, now you're gonna get into this paper, and this it's not even a paper, not even a paper.
Yeah,
Like I've had to write a 3-page thing, which is nothing, and we're learning plagiarism. It's freaking general ed stuff, but it's just so much work in a short amount of time, as I've said
you
over and
should
over.
try to write stuff about Destiny.
Dang. Well, I had this teacher a year ago for English 111, which I don't even know what writing class that was. And I wrote about wrestling a lot. And she's like, "Were you a wrestler or something?" I was like, "Actually, yeah. I got a paycheck from WWE." But she's like, "Really?" We just had that conversation. She's like, "Well, that was interesting, but it's still redneck fakes. What did she say? She's like, it's still rednecks fake punching each other." I'm like, "Okay."
Okay, whatever. Yeah.
Well, I started the paper off with that, and she just was having a good time with it. But she's like, she's like, I'm in this. My teacher's like, I'm in this graduate program, and they don't cut me slack, so I'm not cutting you slack either. So it's just like she pounds us. She keeps us busy so she can write her own stuff.
Yeah.
But,
Speaking of you being in WWE,
woo!
I've been thinking about this, and I don't know how it's going to work. I would like for us to try to get Big Show to come on the podcast with us.
Damn, dude, that's a step in the hardest direction.
That is a step, but dude's a Destiny player. He's answered a tweet to me before about it. Not about the podcast, but just about the game in general.
I'm gonna pull the tough enough. Like, look,
I was there.
I did this. Al Snow and me are tight, son.
Yeah, I'm
Come
telling
on.
you,
That's a good idea, dude. That really is a good idea.
the bad thing is we're gonna have to get some equipment because we can't have him do what we do, sit in front of a computer and record. We'll have to call in, which means we'll have to get a mixing board or soundboard or something. However the hell you got to do it.
And you'll probably have to get clearance too.
You think you'd have to get clearance from him to talk about a video game, or not him, but WWE to talk about a video game?
I don't know. I think, okay. You look at some interviews, since I'm always watching like shoot interviews and stuff like that, and you'll see a question asked, and there's a guy who'll step in and say they're not answering that.
Right.
If you've ever seen any of those, I don't know. I just think there would be. And
Yeah,
it'd be
because
a
I
schedule
mean, we
thing.
could, we would definitely have to just kind of mark out and just have fun with him for the hour we could get him for if he would ever do it.
It sucks. I've never met the guy before. Out of all
Really,
the
I didn't
people
know
I
you
met,
hadn't met him.
that sucks.
Yeah.
Too bad Mark Henry doesn't play because he called me Bon Jovi. Hey, Bon Jovi, come here. Anyway, that's a good idea. We'll see. I tweeted him the other day. I was like, WWE cool, but that Destiny though.
Yeah.
And he never responded.
I mean, he hasn't been doing much at WWE either. I don't know if he's behind the scenes right now, but he hasn't been, out in the in the limelight, so to say. But
What a cool time that would be to really try doing that if he had just retired or
Yeah.
took an office job or whatever.
yeah,
Yes, I think that's a goal. That's a goal.
that's a goal.
I'll keep saying, come on.
We're setting it. Everybody,
That's cool. All right.
everybody that listens to this, tweet him. Tell him you want to hear him.
That's cool. Anything else we should cover? It's been an hour and 27 minutes. Pretty good
Yeah,
size
we're pretty
show.
good size. Yeah, we rambled a little bit at the end, but whatever.
We're going to head to orbit.
Yeah,
And we do want to say, though, there's some bad things going on in this world, and that crap in Paris. If you listen to us from over there, we've got some people from other countries. From France, we feel for you guys. This whole terrorist crap affects everyone, and it's sadly going to get worse. But we thought about you guys while that was going on because we know there's listeners over there, and our heart goes out to you. But this
Speaking of which, we're going to go a little farther. Did you see how they lit up the Eiffel Tower? Did you see those pictures?
Glanced at it with the color of the flag.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty cool looking.
Are you sure that just wasn't a Facebook picture with the flag over top of it?
No. It was a lot of
Yeah.
a lot of stuff on Twitter. I saw it, and showing the real, like high quality pictures that you could tell was real.
I don't know. That's cool. I was just being stupid because that's all I've seen. That's cool. I mean, is the Eiffel Tower still closed indefinitely?
I haven't seen anything saying it's back open, so
That's I guess we're not going to go to work quite yet. Put this ghost back up. if this crap continues to go down, I believe it was said during World War II that the Japanese would not attack the U.S. homeland because they'd be fighting everyone. Everyone in the U.S. would be hiding behind a blade of grass with a gun.
Right.
If the government doesn't take our guns away or confiscate stuff, we're not being conspiracy theorists here, but there's so much gun control crap. I've got some 45 to put in some people's heads. I mean, that's what we got to do.
Hey, I got some 45. I got some 357, but guess what? Mine ain't registered. They don't know I have them. So, and that's not illegal.
Nope.
People that don't know, that's not illegal.
It just, if you use it and they start asking, you're like, I don't know about that.
Yeah.
I don't know. That stuff hopefully does not come to that, but we've got to be patriots and take up for ourselves. Sadly, our government doesn't want us to do that, though.
Our
just a little bit of soapbox.
Our nation was founded on guns, so.
And we're rednecks, so we love them, right?
We're rednecks, yo. We love them guns.
Now, I'm saying that because we got a stupid freaking review on iTunes.
Oh,
I'm going to address next show. We're going to go to the next show.
Next show, okay.
I think about it every week.
Yeah.
Of what to say, how to say it.
Stupid rednecks.
Oh my gosh. Anyway, but we just need to come together in these kind of times, and if we do so, and we don't fight over the stupid little things, and we worry about what's really going down, we'll be okay.
Right.
Anyway. Soapbox is now close. Soapbox.
Yeah.
Orbit. We're there. You can follow us at Warsat Radio on Twitter.
Yep.
What else can you do?
You can actually go to YouTube and listen to this, but if you're listening to this, you won't have any reason to go to YouTube and listen to it. Maybe next week if you didn't want to listen to it on iTunes.
We will be up. Yeah.
We'll be putting it up.
We're just trying to expand a little bit.
Yep.
We'll be updating our audio.
Yep. Speaking of which, I really wish I'd have bought that Elgato yesterday.
We hopefully can get some game footage going on soon, too.
Lee, I thought about that all day today. I was like, I wish I'd have bought that damn thing. It was a good deal.
Yeah. We've been doing this for 20 episodes. We're going to hang around for quite some time. The game's not going anywhere. I don't think we're going to go anywhere, so we're going to upgrade.
Right. I just hope some stuff happens in game to pull you back in.
It's going to. Just time has to be there.
Yeah.
And I've got a bunch of crap I pulled out for you to eBay for me, too, and you should see. Well, you've seen this room.
Are you serious? You got more shit for me to eBay?
I have not sent you half of it.
You're coming up Sunday and putting all that shit in.
Honestly, I would love to do that.
Okay. You're doing it. Devin will be up here Sunday.
I hate sending you all this stuff going, here you go, here you go, here you go, because it never ends. It's a freaking assembly line stuff.
It took me a while to list all that stuff you sent last night, I think.
So sorry.
It took me like 30-some minutes just to list that.
What game do you want this time?
No, I'm not, no. You just come up here and do it Sunday. We have a little LAN party in the process. So.
That might be a good idea.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Well.
More rambling.
Back to it. We like to talk to you guys.
Yeah.
Back to it. We are Warsat Radio. This is episode 20. I'm Cobra. He's Eclipse. We're out.
Goodbye.